You will stand, Staff Sergeant Wilson. Judge Randall Bauer's gavel cracked like thunder through courtroom 17 at the U.S. District Courthouse in eastern Kentucky on July 12, 1944. The walls seemed to tremble with the echo, and gasps swept the room as every eye turned to the man at the defense table. Sergeant John Jack Wilson, age 33, a war-worn soldier of the 30th Infantry Division, gripped his crutches. His once crisp uniform jacket sagged, adorned with a purple heart and a bronze star. Pain flickered across his face as he shifted. "Sir, I can't," he said, his voice barely more than a breath. But the judge wasn't finished. "You must stand to hear your sentence," he barked, referencing Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure Rule 43A, which demanded a defendant's presence at sentencing. Jack inhaled slowly, struggling to brace his shattered spine. His leg, what was left of it, throbbed. He tried to rise, trembling with the effort. "If it means respect for this court, I'll try," he whispered. Then his crutch slipped, and he collapsed hard against the floor. A sob broke the silence. From the gallery, a woman cried out, "He's a hero! He died to protect this country!" Her voice cracked with fury, but a bailiff quickly hushed her. Jack, gasping, pulled himself upright on one arm, shaking as he tried to reposition his crutch. His 10th Mountain Division patch was still visible beneath the folds. Then came another voice, clear, commanding, and unwavering from the back of the courtroom. "Stop this, right now." All heads turned to see Colonel Rebecca Hayes, U.S. Army Nurse Corps, retired, stepping forward with purpose. "I treated that man at Normandy," she declared. "I saw him crawl through barbed wire to drag a wounded private out of the fire zone. He didn't need legs to lead." Judge Bowers narrowed his eyes. "And you are?" "Colonel Rebecca Hayes, retired," she replied, pulling her ID from her satchel. "You're asking a man with a combat-related amputation to stand when he can barely survive his nights." At the defense table, Jack's attorney, Charles Montgomery, rose. "Your Honor, this man is protected under the 1943 Veterans Readjustment Assistance Act. His injuries are documented, combat certified. You're demanding a performance, not compliance." He slammed the file on the bench: X-rays, discharge papers, testimonies. "This is not justice, it's humiliation." Prosecutor Alice Grant stood next, holding a thin file. "The charge was disturbing the peace, Your Honor. Mr. Wilson collapsed outside a USO canteen in Pikeville. He was shouting 'Grenade' and diving for cover. Witnesses confirm he thought he was back on the battlefield." She paused, then said, "That is not a crime. It's post-traumatic stress disorder." The courtroom was frozen in silence as Jack finally spoke again. "I know what it looked like," he said, eyes low, "but I was just trying to pick up my medicine. Then I heard a car backfire, and suddenly I was back in France, back in the trenches. My mind, it doesn't ask permission, it just goes." His voice cracked. "I don't want pity, I want peace. I fought for this country with everything I had. Now I'm fighting to be seen as whole." Judge Bowers's fingers twitched on the gavel, his jaw tensed as he studied the man before him, this broken but unbowed soldier. Then slowly, Judge Bowers stood. "Staff Sergeant Wilson," he said, voice steady but soft, "this court owes you an apology. I owe you an apology." The gavel dropped gently. "Charges dismissed under Rule 48A. And on behalf of the justice system, I thank you for your service, for your sacrifice, and for reminding us all that sometimes the law must rise to meet the man." Applause erupted, first from the back, then spreading like a wave. Colum Hayes saluted. Prosecutor Grant nodded in deep respect. Bailiffs stepped aside. And Jack? He sat back, his eyes brimming, finally feeling understood. The judge leaned forward one last time. "Let the record show that we didn't just witness justice today. We witnessed honor." Jack looked around the courtroom, voice calm. "I stand in your respect, Your Honor. Thank you." And this time, the entire courtroom rose with him. So true justice doesn't measure how high a man can stand. It remembers how far he's fallen to protect the freedom we take for granted. Have you ever judged someone without knowing their battle scars? What did this story teach you about respect, sacrifice, or justice? Let us know in the comments, because every story like Jack's deserves to be heard. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story moved you, subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comma in the comments below. Let's honor our heroes with truth.